We're here. We're live. It's Wednesday. It's 5:30-ish. Close
Yep.
enough.
Yep.
Welcome in, everybody, to Prep Talk Live, episode 117. Almost to 120, which is almost 1,000. So, we're on our way that direction. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. Joining me, as always, live from the bunker, is Chuck, the Urban Prepper. Chuck,
Yep.
what's going on?
Doing good. Yeah, no, the bunker's holding up just fine. Everything's safe and sound where I'm at. This is I have my prepper, telemarketer headset, so we're good. We're in good shape. But
it's an anti-hacking headset. It's very analog.
It is.
We're like one step beyond a Canon string is really where we're at.
No, things are going good. Cranking out some videos. I had a pause since we last met, but I've been backlogged, so I have them all going. I have the next month staged out, so which is good. So,
my goodness,
feeling pretty good.
I remember when I used to make videos. Remember back then, like
the lives are so much easier for sure. Yeah,
exactly.
Less editing.
They make it, it makes it so much easier, and then you make like fantastic content and everything. Mother Healers is here. What's going on? Colleen is here. The chat room is rolling in.
Cool. I see it now.
Yeah, I apologize. I have my annual winter cough.
You said you're gonna have this for like the next few months, right? Is that?
Yeah, that's kind of my deal.
We're just gonna have to live with it.
Yeah, I have my Halls soothing. You'll note these are not like the menthol ones. These are not medicinal in any way. These are basically glorified candy, and I feel like that's very on brand for me as it is. It's not actually like the stingy menthol. Actually, it's a very gentle, very mild vanilla flavor. It's very lovely. It's
the
like
ones
dessert.
I like those. They're disgusting, but those fisherman ones. What are they called?
Fisherman's Friend.
Fisherman's Friend is like that's the one I use, but it tastes nasty. But
they're like evil Ludens. like they look like the same packages, and if you grab the wrong one tastes like a lifesaver, and the other one is evil in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know who invented it, but it's like it's really gross. My kids hate it, but for me, it's the one that works the best. So.
Oh, my wife likes the lemon ones, and I have a bag of these in my nightstand, and she has a bag of the lemon ones in her nightstand. And I was reaching over in the dark to try to grab one at night because I cough a lot, and one of hers ended up in my bag, but it looked similar. Oh my God, I had to get out of bed and spit it out. I was like, what is this? It's like, I'm going to try to be a big boy. I'm going to try to muscle through. Nope. This is evil in my mouth. Out it goes. And I went back to my dessert drops, which are just fantastic. So yeah, for the next 3 months, I'll be.
We're just going to have to live with it. Yeah.
I have an appointment with my lung doctor in December because that was the earliest that I could get in. I sent a message. I'm going to try to get something earlier. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
But yeah. So anyway, so what's new with you? So you're making tons of videos.
Yeah. Well, I have a little break because of school and everything has been so busy since we had the meetup. But it's just they're all filmed, but I had to assemble them, and I don't have a team. It's just me. So
that's true.
Yeah. And now I'm trying to get into the practice. I'm doing the dedicated video and then doing the shorts version. So I'm trying to do that
nice.
with all future videos. So yeah. And I have one that anyway, so that's what I've been doing. So oops.
Very nice. I was trying to do that with our live stream of doing that and then doing shorts and highlights and things.
Yeah.
But that ended up being more work. So we haven't gotten there yet. But
I still haven't been as satisfied with the AI generated shorts of the video.
Yeah, no.
They're not as good, but they save time. But so now I'm just doing that. I'm refilming everything as a short, specific with short in mind.
Yeah, no, there's I'm trying to use the AI ones to give me ideas of where to pick, and then I created a template in Premiere that basically you layer two streams at the same time, and it automatically adjusts and outputs it. But
cool.
You still got to spend time to actually do all of that work, which I haven't had time to do. So I'm a disappointment as per usual.
Yeah, I was working on I have a I'm trying to do like more of these themed natural disaster themed ones that are like a big deep
Hmm.
20-minute like deep dive into tsunamis. So now every time that we're driving around, whenever I see a volcano like evacuation sign, I'm like, pull over quick. I need that beep or flood one. Or there's in Washington, we just have all of them, I guess. So
Oh my goodness.
my family's getting annoyed with me pulling over on random roads, tsunami signs. There's evacuation roads.
I feel like at a certain point, your wife's just gonna be like, "No, we're not pulling over, Tom. We're not. Cliff, just deal with it. We're not pulling
Yeah,
over. Find the stock footage. It'll be fine."
my kids are cooler with it than she's not a fan. Although then she wanted me. She's like, I need you to do for your channel. I need you to do a reverse osmosis system review. And I'm like, well, I don't know
Oh,
anything about reverse osmosis except that it tastes good. For
I
anyway,
feel like you just got the green light to get a bougie prep. I feel like is what
yeah,
happened.
yeah, it's yeah. So I did get the green light for it. I'm like, well, if you will help me review it, I'll do it for you. But
Yeah.
I started to think I'm always thinking about bougie preps ever since we've been talking about it, and so I was trying to think of. I actually was working on a like expensive preps like kind of in honor of the bougie preps. But yeah, I think that a reverse osmosis system is a bougie prep.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, that's a spendy little addition. Uh, I will say though, depending on where you put it, are you going to install it or are you going to have a plumber install
They have some standalone ones that sit on top of the counter that she's
it?
most
Yeah.
interested in, so there's no
Okay.
installation needed. Like I finally, like for power outages when the power goes out, like we
Yeah.
never had that home transfer switch because I was being cheap,
Yeah.
and so I'm just running wires all over the place, and that was my system for it. But now
Hmm.
I'm like, well, I gotta up my game. Like yeah, I'm sure that I bet you have multiple home transfer switches, but anyway, so I finally got the quote, had the guy come over, and we did a quote, and we're doing some stuff for that. So I don't know if that's considered a bougie prep or if that's just a practical prep.
I think it depends, and I will say that there's a caveat to this.
Yeah,
It depends on what your transfer switch is attached to. So if your transfer switch is attached to like, okay, you have a gas generator and you just want to like
yeah,
feed it in and do that, like, okay, fine. In my case, ours is attached to a 22 kilowatt natural gas generator.
yes,
So it transfers and it can power the whole house. So that's a bougie prep because it's way overpowered for like what our house would need, but it just totally goes. And so our transfer switch is attached to that. So I think it depends on if you just get a transfer switch. A transfer switch is not super expensive, other than you need to get like hire an electrician and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
How much? What's the going rate for that? Because I know the quote that I got, and I'm not an
for a
electrician.
transfer switch or for
Yes,
a generator.
for a transfer switch.
Um, I don't know. I want to say it was like $500-ish or so.
Okay, because the
Like,
quote, I'm pulling up the quote right now. Let me see.
because ours was, it was all part of like, there was like the generator, the transfer switch. We put in a whole house surge suppressor like system, so we wouldn't get surge, whatever. And then running all of the piping, and we put our generator as far away from the like gas lines as you
Yeah,
could possibly get in our yard, which was not intentional. It just is where it worked, like where it would fit the best with the offsets and everything. So our installation was twice as much as my parents' installation for their generator or my brother's.
yeah, because
Um,
we have the generators. And I have like these power banks, and I've always
yeah,
wanted. I'm like, well, I gotta go full prepper on this and hook it
yeah.
up. So, but like, yeah, the quote I got for everything is $1,300, and I don't know if that's too much.
Well, I mean, so in ours, we put ours
It's
in like
a while ago.
5-ish years ago or
Okay,
so. So I mean, okay, add inflation, add COVID, like add all the things. I don't know, that's super crazy. I'd probably ask for like one other quote, like we're doing right now with all of our like repair stuff with the pipes.
yeah,
So we have to like we had to replace the pipes, so we got a couple of estimates for that, and then we're having to replace like all the drywall and all that sort of stuff. And it's not like it varies wildly, but you could get a little bit here and there.
Yeah, I'm looking here. So this is a generator interlock 50 amp, blah, blah, blah. Mechanical interlock installed on panel cover. Rearrange electrical panel to make room for generator breaker. Install 50 amp breaker for generator. Install 50 amp generator inlet plug for up to 10 feet from panel. Max manager, blah, blah, blah. Install, blah, blah, blah. And then there's $200 permit. Uh, anyway, that's
Yeah.
it's happening. It's happening Wednesday. So,
Well,
but
that's
then
exciting.
whenever I buy something expensive, I think of you, and I'm like, well, would Casey say this is bougie prep, or is this not a bougie prep? So that's
Yes.
the main thing I want to.
Yes. No, it is definitely, I would say it is, it's a gateway because it
It's
depends on
gateway to
what you,
bougie.
because it depends on what you like.
What if I
The
hook up the
interlock.
EcoFlow Delta Pro to
Oh,
it?
that's fantastic.
Is that that's
Now we're
bougie?
getting, well, yeah, because you had to pay for the eco flows and
Yeah,
all of the things. So it depends on what you are attaching to it, I
yeah,
think, as to whether or not it's a bougie prep. It is a functional thing.
yeah,
Like for us, like when we just had the house repiped, all the pipes taken out, new pipes put in. One of the things that we did is we moved the shutoff valve to like actually by like our door, so like you can actually get to it.
yeah,
I wouldn't say that moving the shutoff is a bougie prep, but like in the context of everything else, yeah, it was a bougie prep because it came along with everything else.
yeah,
Um, I think the water, the auto water shutoff that we had added in. If you were doing that as a one off, I don't know. I mean, it was an extra $1,000 because the device was like 600 and then the installation was like 400. But because we had the plumbers out, it was, less expensive than if we had them come out and do it as a one off or cut into walls or whatever. So, okay, it made sense. Um, I think the benefit of having it will outweigh, the cost. So I don't think it's necessarily an outlandish splurge for what, we're trying to avoid,
yeah.
but it's definitely not something like, hey, we're buying extra beans and rice,
Yeah.
as a prep
Beans and
plan.
rice aren't bougie. Yeah, that's not bougie.
No, 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 no. I mean, unless you get like fancy beans. You
That's
got
true.
fancy beans. Like, if you got like vanilla beans, like that's a little bougie right there. If you're getting the individual vanilla beans.
My wife's been trying to. She wants to get. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know for like earthquakes and stuff. Like there's a way of like putting rods into from your home into the bedrock, so if it won't fall down a hill, basically.
Yes.
And
Yes.
to me, that's a bougie prep. Like, but
Yeah.
and it's expensive too. Like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
super
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah. No, that's a big one. Like
But she keeps
I know
asking
that
me
you.
about it. She's
Yeah, like you can strap your house to the foundation better, like so it
yeah,
won't like fly
yeah.
off.
We've looked. Yeah,
That's like a retrofit thing. Putting it into the bedrock,
yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
major production.
That's bougie. She said,
Um,
"Well, can't you just do a review for a company?" It's like that. Like, no, they're not gonna.
look, look,
How am I gonna review
I
that?
don't. I think there's a possibility there. I like how she's thinking,
Yeah.
um, because I don't know if you know this. You have a bit of a following.
Well,
You're a bit well known in the space, um, and if there was a company that was trying to do this,
I'd
that
be
might be a
yeah,
marketing opportunity for you to like document the process, show what it
yeah. I think
is.
if you
Like,
framed it as a document, because I wouldn't know how to test it. Like, I can't do my own earthquake.
no, no, but it would be like, I think it's like with people who are like drilling wells and stuff, where they show like, here's the process and here's what you do and here's why it's advantageous to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I think there could be something there. I
Well,
guess the question though for that would be if what you're trying to do is keep your house from sliding down a hill.
yeah. Because
Are you worried that you would
technically
be in
we're
the house when it slides down the hill? Is that what you're trying to avoid? Or are you trying to just like, because likely the house is still going to get damaged in an earthquake, regardless of whether you put rods in the bedrock or not?
she doesn't want the yeah she doesn't want it sliding down the hill, and
Is
it's not a big
there
hill.
is
But it,
there a house higher up on the hill
yes,
behind you? Okay. So do you know that like does she that house is going to run through your house?
yeah. I mean, like the whole neighborhood is like technically on a
Yeah.
slope like that, going to the Puget Sound. So like,
Yeah.
uh,
So you'll get
so
some
even
air
if I get the
mattresses.
bougie prep, everyone's just going to run into me. That's is that
Yeah, and I think that's where would be my concern is yeah, you would put the rods there so your house wouldn't slide, but all the other houses are going to slide into your house.
Yeah, that would.
And
Yeah,
I don't know in that case whether it would be better to be in a house that's stationary with other houses squishing you, or if it's kind of like the being limp in the backseat of a car in an accident sort of a thing, where okay, if your house comes off, at least it kind of can move and
yeah, maybe.
potentially protect you.
Yeah, so more about
Other
the
option,
personal protection.
yeah, other option, just move.
Yeah,
Just move.
well, yeah.
I mean,
Is
that's a
Portland accepting new residents then, or not
oh
really?
yeah. Oh
Do
yeah.
they
There's
does Portland
a
accept
couple houses
preppers?
for sale there's
D-
a couple houses for sale in our neighborhood right
But
now. I'm in
do they
the
want
listings.
preppers, or do I have to be like a
Oh yeah. No,
of the Portland
we
persuasion?
no. We take everyone. It's a
Okay,
very what's funny is Portland is like there is like a blue dot in Portland and Eugene. And the rest of the state is very red.
yeah.
So it's a very interesting mix of I actually think Oregon is like an open carry. Like you don't see people doing it often, but like
I
I
know
actually
that's how
think
you
that's
and
like
Bernie
a
roll
lot.
when you're down there. I heard. So,
Yeah, like so there's a lot of prepper friendly aspects to Portland and Oregon. It's just that like there's a lot of stuff that gets on the news that makes it seem like it's not. But like
my wife
so.
just the other day told me I need to schedule a trip to go to Portland. Uh, she wants to go to visit some colleges down there.
Oh yeah.
But I said, well, if I go there, I gotta go see Casey. So she said, yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta. So she said, yeah, you gotta talk to him.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
it's in there's stuff in movement happening.
Yeah, we'll have like a whole dinner thing.
I
It'll be
feel
great.
like
It'll be fun.
are we live, or is it just Mother of Heels and Colleen, or is it just
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? It might be a quiet night. It might be the chat room might be like
maybe they're done
maybe
with us? They're
you know what? Maybe Pony Girl and Pig Sly and Chuck, maybe they just started their own stream. They were like, look, we
that
don't
would be
actually need
easier.
this stream. We
Yeah,
could just have a group chat
yeah,
and
that'd be easier.
do it that way. But that's okay. They might join in. I put out the notice a little late, so that's fine.
Yeah, I
And I
was
do
checking.
see we have people watching us. They're just
Yeah.
not talking, which is
Okay.
okay.
Well, we'd like to encourage people to talk so we could read what they're saying.
Yeah, yeah, it makes it more interesting.
Yeah, but
Um,
we'll keep talking about our
yeah,
all
we'll
these
talk about our
random things. Yeah.
we can talk about ourselves a lot. Um, so one thing that I was thinking about is as we've been going through this whole repair remodel thing, um, we're trying to use it as an opportunity um, to kind of do a little bit of cleaning out and purging and like reshuffling of everything because we pulled a bunch of stuff out from our attic and everything else. And one of the things my wife was saying was like, we have so many tubs of blankets. Do we need all the blankets? Like, could we get rid of some of the blankets because we just don't need like that much room? And it was an interesting, like, I have always said things like, hey, if they're blankets, they don't take up a lot of space. Why would we get rid of them? You never know when you might need them. By the way, your call out to the chat room, and all of a sudden everybody's chatting in the chat room now.
I love
That's
that naughty by nature. That is awesome. That's like the best.
just lurking. That's fantastic.
That's an
Love that.
awesome handle. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Tep's gonna try and like buy that off of you or
Yeah,
something.
is that domain name available? Is that
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, Caleb's saying that they don't require a carry permit at all. Yeah, there's a lot of that sort of stuff. Oregon is just a really weird state in that
I'm
like
not much of a fan
it's
for the open carry. Like it's like just
no,
asking
me
for.
neither. But it's interesting because it is viewed a lot of times as being like ultra one way,
Yes.
but like in actuality, like day to day, it's really kind of not. It's except for like certain spaces. So
Yeah.
it's very prepper friendly in a lot of
Open
areas.
carry is yeah, or like if you're in Tombstone or like the Wild West, then open carry is like that's the way to go.
Yeah, well, there's no like rainwater catchment rules because it's very like it's sustainability, but you can also use that in a prepping capacity. Like there is some synergy between like sustainability and prepping, I think, in a lot of ways of reduce, reuse, recycle sort of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. So anyway, so back to the blankets.
Yes. Sorry.
Like,
Like it's
is there a point where like you think like okay, like you really like you don't need this many things. Like like maybe we just let go of some of that stuff. Have you had moments like that?
Yeah, my wife has a blanket problem, similar, where we have been stored with them. And for me, if we haven't used that blanket in 10 years, it should probably go. It's like, and I think if,
Mhm.
and I think it's one of those things that I'll maybe ask for forgiveness, then ask for permission to get rid of it. So like, will they even notice for another 10 years type thing? So, but however, if it's a wool blanket, I think you should keep that forever. But
Okay, all
these
right.
like random like fluffies and all this stuff, like I
Yeah,
think if it's been in a bin for over 10 years, I say just "Oh, I don't know where that went," type thing.
that is fair. So the problem thing is, she would get rid of all of them. She asked me because
Oh,
I'm
you wanna
like,
keep them.
oh, well, because like I'm like, oh, blankets, you never know. Like,
Yeah.
there's many
I
other things you don't care, but like blankets, if there's an emergency, like you can use blankets for lots of things.
I'm like
But I
that
was
for
like,
yeah, for moving blankets and for wool
yeah,
blankets, like, yeah, stock those up, I think. But for, like, a comforter style blanket or like a whatever, those, fluffies or what I don't know what to call them.
so to be fair, some of the blankets we have is we have a fire pit that we got outside. We have one of those solo stoves, which is a fantastic. It's a
Solo
bit of a
stoves are
bougie
awesome.
prep.
If that's
Yeah,
bougie. How
yeah,
much
you
do they
can make
cost
that a
now?
bougie. It depends, but they have attachments. So like we have like the solo stove, and then we have this group of friends, and we like each get something, and then everybody likes it, and so then we all get it at our houses. So then as we rotate for dinners and hangouts and things, we all have the same. We all have the same Adirondack chairs. We all have the same solo stoves. We all have the same like you have all the same stuff. Um, but the
Yeah,
solo stove, I got also there is like a heat dome that you can get that spreads the heat out. There's a cast iron cooking surface that you can put on top of it, so you can actually like cook food on it and stuff. So I've tried to turn it into a little bit of a prepping thing.
yeah, it's I don't know
Um,
if you could see that, but yeah, yeah, these are expensive.
yeah, they're a few hundred
This is
bucks.
$500, here's 330.
Yeah,
This one's 240. The one with this cast iron, it's like 400. Yeah, that's bougie prep. I think if it's over 300, it could be a bougie prep.
yeah. So it's bougie prep. So then we're like, okay, we've got the Adirondack chairs, and my wife was like, I get cold, so we need to have blankets, and so everybody has different blankets. So we tested out everybody's blankets. So you have like the blankets to sit on, and then you have the blankets to wrap yourself up in. So you're, well, I also got somebody got a couple of these, and we like them, and so they're blankets, but they have snaps, and so you can use it as a blanket, but you can also use it like a poncho or like a
That's
coat
pretty
or
cool.
whatever.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm like, okay, this is super cool. So we got a bunch of those. So like those are in one of the tubs because we actually don't really use those. We use the more plush blankets outside. But I'm like, I don't know if we need those, but also I kind of like the idea. So
That's a great idea. Like, yeah, Provident Prepper says never to throw out a blanket as you will use more than you think if the power goes out. I think
yeah,
there has to be a cap.
yeah, there needs to be like I think with blankets and towels, like I think those are one of those things that like you think you just can't have enough of them,
Yeah.
but at a certain point, like you need to be able to store other things.
Yeah, because we have the moving blankets for power outages, and I have like I made a video.
Yeah.
The things the poles so I could make containment walls with the blankets. So I have a lot of those, and then I also have some. Every time I see a wool blanket on sale, like at a military supply store, I'll get that.
Mhm.
But my wife has all these comforters from like 20 years ago, and we've never in like our first apartment or something. And we don't. I don't know why she's saving it, but
Do you have are those the like the poles that you would use to put plastic sheeting up
yes,
for like
yes,
drywall and stuff?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we use. If it's like if the power's out and it's like extreme cold, or even if it's extreme hot, you could.
Yeah.
It's easier to cool or heat a room. If it's smaller. So. And
That's
I
a
like the
fantastic idea.
moving blankets for that.
Okay. All right.
But
I will add that.
Provident Prepper's smart. So I
Hmm.
maybe not listen to what we're saying and just go with Provident Preppers.
Yeah, look, nobody watches our stuff anyway, so you might as well just go with your own idea.
Yeah,
I mean, let's just be realistic of all
yeah,
of this. Um, awesome.
yeah.
Uh,
It looks like a Naughty by Nature shoot. I should get that. Yeah, you should totally
yeah,
get that if it's not available.
yeah,
Hopefully, someone
100%.
doesn't
Yeah,
swipe
someone's
it.
buying it right now.
Someone's getting
You should
like
get it. Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
what
it's
happened
me.
with me with
I'm
the
buying it as we speak.
urbanprepper.com. Like someone like bought it and then wanted to sell it for an incredibly large amount of money. So
And that's when you just bought like the
I did.
urbanpreppers.com and then
I
it
bought the .net, and then like I was in a bidding war for this person for multiple years, and I finally got it. But but I didn't pay what they wanted. So I'm like, that's my name.
yeah, exactly. You're like, we could take this to trademark court, but like maybe we don't. Maybe
Yeah,
we just write this
yeah.
name
If
and
someone
it'll be
grabs
fine.
Cascadia Dispatch, like that's yeah, you're gonna want
Yeah.
that. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but I already have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I have
the
that.
happened is that I
I have
yeah.
big prep energy. I like if ever
You
I come
probably
up
have
with
like
like
a
an
hundred. You have a
idea,
hundred domains, I think.
I actually got a reseller account with GoDaddy just so that I could get them wholesale to myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, and then when it's like, oh well, I'm gonna buy one. Okay, well I just you get it and I,
Yeah,
get
that's a
the
good
refund.
comment by the thick emergency blankets that are reflective on the fun side. Yeah, I think like
Yeah.
those what are the blackout ones, like the
Hmm.
blackout curtains would also be cool, or like
Yeah.
yeah, or the reflective ones. Those are all things. I agree that stock up on those as much as you can store.
Yeah. 100%.
One thing that
Uh.
we have a problem with is stuffies. So my daughter and
Oh
both
yeah.
my kids, I don't know how many bins we have with like retired stuffies, but there's like probably a dozen of
Yeah.
those big Costco bins filled with stuffies that are in the attic now.
Oh man. Yeah.
But the kids
No,
they
that's
can't get rid of them for whatever reason.
no, no. Well, that's what addicts are for. Like you just throw it up there and like
Yeah.
as long as you can. But yeah, at some point you like kind of do the go through of like, okay, you have 100 stuffies. Like, let's maybe cut this down to 50. Do we think we could do that or
Yeah.
80 or
We
something?
we went to the Washington State Fair and they were trying to do the games there, which I think are a ripoff. And so normally they'll figure out, hey, what stuffy do you want here? And they'll say, I want that one. I'm like, okay, let's buy it on Amazon really quick and it'll be here tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't want to spend the money for those games.
You're like, I'll buy you the thing and it will still cost me half as much as it would if
Yes.
we were to play all the games.
Yes.
Yeah, that is
I have
fantastic.
Afghans that were originally from my grandmother's, but my get used. Get to that were freebie. Yeah, for us, like the wool blankets, like when we're out, if we go out camping or if we go to a late night thing, we those wool blankets are those are the MVPs for sure.
Yeah, those are the old school
Like
winners.
yeah, and
100%.
they're super expensive at some of these military places. Like
Oh yeah.
it's some used military one, and it's still like $80 or something. It's
It has that in the field price
yeah,
sticker.
I like it though. I still get them. So.
Yeah, the stuffies can be insulation. That is true.
Don't, that's what my kid.
Look,
I'm not going to have my kid read because Dad, we have to keep it because it's good insulation.
yeah, exactly. See, they're prepping already.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I am gonna tap out
it's about that
because
time. Yeah, you're good.
I am the drops. Oh, I just spilled them all over my desk. Yeah, the drops are calling me.
I had one question before we sign off.
7.
Every episode, there's
Yep.
117. You've always had the hoodie on. Like,
Yes.
is it something that's by the desk and like you're in like your wife beater or something like that, and you just flip it on before we go live, or is
If
it like?
only I was wearing a wife beater. Just
Can we
all
say
that
that?
needed.
Is that
Yeah.
it? Sorry, a white tank top.
White tank top. Yes, exactly.
Sorry.
Well, now we've been canceled.
Yeah, okay,
This is
jeez,
fantastic. Way to go.
algorithm got us at the end.
117. Yeah, no,
But
I
how do
have
you do
hooks.
it?
Yeah, so I have hooks in my office. And
Okay,
so I have
it's like,
my
oh, it's
prep talk
Wednesday.
life sweatshirts and I rotate. I also have my corporate meeting sweater that
Yeah,
I keep there. So if I need to go on camera for a meeting or something, I could just put it on because I usually just I kind of do the I don't know the keep your wardrobe simple aspect now, where I just have like a drawer full of like nice t-shirts and then usually like shorts or jeans or whatever because it's my office and nobody sees.
yep.
But then I'll just put the thing, and then I have my commuter jacket because sometimes when I'm going from the back door to my office and it's raining, that 20 feet is a problem. So I have a commuter
Right.
jacket that I go back and forth.
I've been meaning to ask, and so I finally remembered
Yeah,
to ask.
exactly.
On,
Yes.
and on that note, I know you have to
On
go.
that note,
Yes.
we will leave for the evening.
All right.
Thanks everybody for joining us. appreciate that maybe we have or haven't been canceled at this point. I don't know.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be
Okay.
fine. Look,
We'll look
he
at it
hates
later.
Taylor Swift. How much more do you want? Like, come
Yeah.
on.
I had to
Um,
battle off those Swifties a few weeks back. So.
yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, I have the album pre-ordered. I'm just waiting for it to show up on Spotify. Life of a Showgirl. Yes, indeed. All right, everybody. We will see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week and weekend, and we will talk to you in roughly 7 days. All right.
Sounds
Bye,
good.
everybody.